Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Today, let's talk about the upcoming transit of Jupiter in Ardra Nakshatra. So, from 14th of June 2025 to 13th of August 2025, Jupiter will transit from the Ardra Nakshatra, which is the sign of Gemini, and Rahu's Nakshatra. So, Jupiter transiting through the very storm of Rahu. So, what can you expect at this time? Well, of course, a little bit of chaos, a little bit of confusion, overwhelming emotions, of course, because what is Jupiter? Jupiter is your very inner wisdom. Jupiter is your guide, it's your teacher, it's your life force. So, going through certain emotions, of course, a bit of chaotic ones, but to see the final clarity in life, this transit will bring major clarity, like bringing everything to the right place. Confrontation, it's not about ignoring your situation, your feelings. It's about confrontation, whatever challenges you, facing it, and then you will receive the clarity, the peace, the fertility as reward. So, this storm of Ardara is like a reset in your life. It will reset something, it will put a certain thing into the right place. So, you don't have to be afraid. Mainly, Ardara's essence is your very own ideas, your very own emotions, and how you deal with them. So that is the theme of Jupiter's transit from Ardra Nakshatra. Let's look into how different signs, as per your ascendant, as per your moon sign, will be impacted by this transit. For Aries, Jupiter will be transiting from Ardra Nakshatra, that is your third house, and at the very same time, Rahu is in your 11th house. This transit is mainly focused towards a big jump with respect to your growth. And no, it's not just financial. Of course, it will give you the financial gain, but more than that, it's a big jump in your personality, in your personal level growth happening for you. This is a chaos. This is the very thunderstorm happening to rise above all those connections which are holding you back. The people who, through their communication, their words, they stop you, or they are creating this anticipation regarding something in life that you cannot do it, or it will take a lot of effort to do it. There is this chaos with respect to communication between you and certain friends, people at the work front, even the people very around you, like it could be family. There is verbal chaos, there is communication challenge, but you will overcome that. You will express your truth, and you will see a great growth in your courage, in your strength, and to do what you want, and a major focus on the financial growth. Jupiter in Ardra in the third house can lead to nervousness. It may challenge your courage, it may challenge your voice, whether you should take a certain effort or not. Is it too risky to do that or not? But it's like you have to take a decision. Now is the time to take a decision and make things better. And for that, you have to go through this chaos of facing certain people, talking to them, interacting with them, so that clarity will come into your life. You will rise above certain difficult connections at this time, and it also leads to great personality growth, great endurance. You will discover the true power of yours, your potential of yours at this time. For Taurus, Jupiter will transit from the second house in Ardra Nakshatra, and at the very same time, Rahu transiting from the 10th house in Aquarius. This is a time when you have to carefully manage your family life. You have to carefully manage your decisions. If you are the one who is making important decisions with respect to family and the wealth and the finances, this is the time when your ability to manage things will be tested. And also, since Rahu is in the 10th house, so it's like a tug of war between home, family, and your workplace. There's a major focus towards work, to overcome a certain obstacle, to overcome a certain situation. Maybe something at the work front, the tension is also impacting the family life, and the loved ones are also concerned. So you will go through that tough situation. You will go through that situation. Maybe it's not a tough situation, it is about some new opportunity, a new work, a new project. There is nervousness to do that. You will overcome that as well. So there's a chaos which is connected to work, maybe your responsibility towards life, towards something which is bothering you, whether you will be able to do the justice or not, but you will do it. And also, you are working towards saving more wealth, saving your finances. That is significant. And new brilliant ideas with respect to your work, and new ideas with respect to how can you improve your personal journey, your family life, how to take care of what you already have. Remember that, Taurus, Jupiter in Ardra in the second house itself represents the Taurus. It is the house of Venus. So Jupiter here in Ardra means managing what you already have, taking care of what you already have, and not losing your patience and your mind and your peace because of someone else's conflict. So the awakening over here is to value what is important and what you already have, and overcoming a big risk or big challenge at the work front, and it just enhances your worth more beautifully. For Gemini, Jupiter will transit from your first house in Ardra Nakshatra. At the very same time, Rahu will be transiting from your ninth house in Aquarius. For Gemini, it is about overcoming your own inner doubts, your very own inner chaos, which is created by your thought process of overthinking and thinking about the worst case scenario. There's a fear of future, there's a fear of what will happen next. So Rahu in the ninth house in Aquarius, it will bring good opportunities, it will show you the direction, it will bring the right understanding of what needs to be done right now with respect to work, with respect to any aspect of life where you want growth, you want success. But the Jupiter is bringing this storm of overthinking and what could go wrong, what could may happen. So overcoming your very inner chaos, overcoming your very inner confusion is significant. Struggling with anxious thoughts maybe. And also, this is the time, the more you incline towards spirituality, the more you focus towards your prayers and the surrender, divine surrender, that is significant. It will help you to overcome that anxiousness or overthinking process. And also, not a good time to indulge into any kind of argument. It can lead to arguments on very small things with people. So that needs to go away. And I think when the clarity will come to you, when you will face your inner chaos, those thought process, the clarity will be beautiful. You'll be thinking, okay, I was worried for nothing because I'm so strong and so capable. I overcome this challenge in a great way. I overcame this issue in a great way. So, for Gemini, Jupiter in Ardra in the first house is mainly about overcoming your own inner confusion and your own thoughts. For Cancer, Jupiter will transit from Ardra Nakshatra, that is your 12th house, and Rahu transiting from 8th house. For Cancer, this is a transit where you have to rise above the memories of the recent past, or maybe even long distant past. Something which keeps you in emotional turmoil, something which keeps you in maybe pain or confusion about your self worth, or how you are being challenged emotionally by someone else. That memory, 12th house is memory, and 8th house is dwelling on that memory. So this intense transit of Jupiter and Ardra in 12th house and Rahu in the 8th house is about finding control over these issues, to face that inner emotional turmoil, confusion, chaos. You have to overcome that to find clarity in life. For Cancer, actually it's a positive transit because you will find the anchor, you will find the clarity, what you need to do in future, what you need to do with your career, maybe your finances, maybe your personal life. There is more clarity. It's like the peak of that emotional chaos. Don't take it negative, just to make things more settled, more clear, and more amazing for you. And at this time, take care of your finances. There can be unexpected financial issues, which is because of travel, because of even medical expenses with respect to family. Your healthcare may require those expenses. So take care of your well-being and manage your finances very carefully. Cancer people, you have to take care of what you think and how you treat yourself, how you take care of yourself, and you have to keep yourself very healthy physically and emotionally at this time. But by the end of this period, there is so much of clarity you will see in life, and there is also closure, some kind of closure. When 8th and 12th house are involved, there is some closure, some understanding, some ending which is actually good for you. For Leo, Jupiter will transit from the Ardra Nakshatra, which is your 11th house, and at the very same time, Rahu transiting from the 7th house in Aquarius. This is a time when your reach, your work, maybe your business, your talents, it's reaching to places. So many people are looking at you, admiring you, and it can give good growth with respect to your finances, your income. It can give a good reach to the masses and the people with respect to your business. But on the other hand, like financially, you will do great, you will reach to more people, that is absolutely great. But on the other hand, it is also a chaos, because Ardara is also about chaos. So it shows chaos, confusion coming through others. People will look at you, okay, wow, you are so full of potential, you're nice, you're doing well. So it brings opportunistic people to take more. They give less, they take more. They may also give you false information, wrong information, which can challenge you, because this is all happening in the houses of community. 11th house of friendships, long term friendships, social circles. 7th house, there is Rahu in the house of community, people, public, partnerships. So something about love, partnership, about business connection, it may give you some kind of realization. There is a truth being revealed, and it may be very taxing emotionally. So it may challenge you emotionally. So that is the difficult aspect. Like these are my people, this is my person. You have trusted in that particular aspect of life. But there's a truth, the certain realization that this is not fair, this is not being right, like someone is really acting selfish in your journey, or manipulating you, not giving you the right picture with respect to connection. So that is where the confusion arises. But once this confusion settles down, you'll be more wiser in life. You will not take people with their face value. You will try to understand them more. Your trust is being tested here, how easily you trust people. So this is what you are learning at this time. For Virgo, Jupiter will transit from the Ardra Nakshatra, that is your 10th house. At the very same time, Rahu transiting from 6th house. This is a lot of work for Virgo people. Professionally, there's a lot in your hands to complete. There's certain deadlines, but also it shows people who are a little nasty at the work front. They say something, they do something. Hidden enemies. No, not hidden enemies. I would say people who are very direct towards you. If you have, because at the very same time we have Ketu in the 12th house. So yes, there might be some hidden enemies, but I think those hidden enemies are now coming to surface. So there is competition and hidden agenda with respect to the work front. That realization is there, and you are facing certain people who are competitors, or there's enmity. You will win. You will win because of your potential, your smart work, your dedication. But it's like a shock initially, like what's happening. There is loss of trust here, and this is happening in the 10th and the 6th house. Jupiter in Ardra, 10th house, Rahu here in Aquarius in the 6th house. There's some material growth which will happen. There's this some opportunity coming into your life, or new project, new client. It will give you the financial growth. But also at this time, don't be in this need to get a lot of work, more than what you can handle. You may take more than what you can do. So many responsibilities, and you will feel very burdened, exhausted. Health needs great care at this time. So Jupiter in Ardra Nakshatra in the 10th house, it is about a lot of work. It is professional work. Maybe leave the profession aside for now. It could be about the commitments towards life. Confused, agitated with the commitments and the so many responsibilities. It's Gemini, so multitasking, multiple responsibilities in many aspects of life. So feeling drained because of that. And professionally, whether it's your purpose, whether it's your profession, you will find a solid ground. You will find something very strong for yourself, like this is my path and this is what I have to follow. That clarity, some clarity will happen with respect to your purpose or your work, or where you stand in this world. For Libra, Jupiter will transit from the Ardra Nakshatra, which is your 9th house. And at the very same time, the Nakshatra Lord Rahu is in the 5th house in Aquarius. For Libra, this is about faith. This is about overcoming a certain situation, or it's not even external situation. It's more of personal. It's more of a thought process, a personal challenge. This overcoming of a certain challenge or situation will enhance the faith in your very own self. It will enhance the faith in divine. It will enhance the faith that you can do anything in this journey. You can overcome anything in this life with your will, with your power, with your intuition and your hard work. Because these two houses are very spiritual. Jupiter in the 9th house about spiritual inclination, faith, and then there is Rahu transiting from 5th house, which is about Purva Punya. This house is also connected to faith and the spiritual work you will do in this life. So it is about reconnection with your very spiritual self, your very soul, I would say, understanding who you are. This is also going to bring new opportunities for you. You may find it hard to make the best of these opportunities because somehow there is lack of trust in these new opportunities. You trust your emotional intelligence, the ability to see the truth, to understand the situation, to trust it, to work on it, that is being impacted. The chaos which you are going through with the Jupiter in Ardra is decision making. You have to make a decision about something in life, to find right path, to find the right opportunity, to select the right opportunity, maybe to select the right person in your journey. Rahu transits from fifth house of romance. So that right decision, to go through that, to some people you have to say no. Some places you have to leave behind. So that kind of shift is happening, where you are choosing better opportunities, but leaving what you already have or what you're going through is difficult. It could be also about travel to far distant places because you love. It's because of adventure. Traveling to faraway places for education. There's a great training, learning happening for you. Apart from all that, this is a spiritual period, spiritually inclined and more connected to self, more in tune with yourself. So personal blocks, spiritual blocks are being removed and more clarity towards life is attained. For Scorpio, Jupiter will transit from Ardra Nakshatra, which is your 8th house, at the very same time that Rahu is transiting from the 4th house in Aquarius. Scorpio, with respect to your relationships, because these both houses are connected to water and emotions and the emotional bonding. So, and how the emotional bonding deeply impacts you. So there is restlessness with respect to relationships, whether it's your home, your bond with your family, the mother, and also the bond with the partner. There is emotional chaos here because somehow you want to say your truth, somehow you want to say what you feel, and you may restrict that. The more you postpone saying your truth, asking the right questions, expressing yourself, the more you postpone that, the more chaos you are dealing with, the more confusion you are dealing with. So opening up, talking and clarifying things are very important. Some people may keep secrets from you. You know that. You can read the mind. You can understand that someone is keeping the secret and you're afraid of confrontation. You want to confront. So that confrontation and that toll it takes on your emotions is what is challenging at this time. Otherwise, this is about big transformation. Jupiter in Ardra in the 8th house is overcoming your deepest doubts, insecurities, and fears. You're fighting those fears in a beautiful way, and you will rise above that. Some major dealings with respect to property, inheritance, financial assets may happen, especially if you're sharing your asset or your finances with someone. You may see obstacles, you may see challenges. There needs to be some open discussion with respect to these challenges, resolving these conflicts over money or sharing the finances or assets. And most importantly, it's internal transformation. Jupiter in Ardra in the 8th house, which is about change in how you speak up for yourself, change in revealing your truth, finding clarity in the current confusing situation. For Sagittarius, Jupiter in Ardra Nakshatra 7th house and Rahu in the 3rd house in Aquarius. This is a transit where you have to take a lot of efforts to bring some kind of clarity and structure in your work, whether it's your business, whether it's your partnership, whether it's your profession. You have to clarify and say something at the work front or in a partnership which clears the air. Like you have to clear the air, the doubt, the confusion between you and significant people. Your work with respect to speech, communication, expression, talking about the business or whatever work you do, there is this explanation, communication required. So that work will intensify. You have to speak to multiple people, you have to connect with multiple people to make deals, maybe. So that is where you may feel a bit chaotic, burdened at this time. And also with respect to marriage, romantic connections, relationship, Jupiter in Ardra just takes you to the very center of the storm, center of that challenge, where right communication is required. Saying the truth, facing the truth, confrontation, and talking about the differences, sorting the differences, that open conversation will happen, because Rahu intensifies that communication in the third house. What you want, what is right for you, and what you expect, everything, that clarity in life, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your work, that confrontation is significant in relationships, especially in partnership, in love, in business. Rahu gives great material gain here, because Jupiter in Ardra expands your work. It it just increases the reach to people, increases the reach to different masses. And Rahu shows growth. Rahu shows maybe you're not even ready, but you have to grow abundantly at this time. For that growth, you have to put more efforts into your life, into your work. So the seventh house affairs are going to bring some confrontation. You have to face few people, and after that you will see how your courage is being more enhanced when you go through this situation. For Capricorn, Jupiter will transit from the sixth house in Ardra Nakshatra, and the very same time the Nakshatra Lord for Ardra, Rahu, in the second house. This is the time, number one, Capricorn, health is wealth, because Jupiter in Ardra in the sixth house is all about the mental tensions. It's all about the constant thinking, worrying about money, worrying about different aspects of life, worrying about your enemies or your competition. There's so much, the daily life, the work, the commitments, everything you are doing in life. You really need to rearrange, reschedule, restructure your daily life, your schedule. So eating habits needs to be changed. Rahu in the second house. Eating, sixth house, habits, daily life, eating habits, what you do throughout the day. Big changes, because health may get challenged in such a way that you have to focus on every single day how to make life more better. That is the chaos I feel for you, and you will see a lot of improvement in the health. You will see improvement in the daily living as well. Rest, there is a lot of competition with respect to work. And what happens when you have so much of competition? There's overthinking. And when there is overthinking, you lose your very essence. You lose your gifts, not permanently, but the capacity, the efficiency is being lost. So you have to overcome that chaos. You have to work on your efficiency. You don't have to lose yourself in the thought process or the overwhelming emotions. Rahu in the second house wants you to put a lot of time into what you love the most, what you value the most, what you are good at. It's not about learning anything new, but what you already know. Invest your time and your efforts into that. Rahu shows more emphasis on saving your finances. Rahu shows, because second house is about saving. It is about the treasury you have in life, whether it's your emotions, protecting your emotions, protecting your finances, protecting what is important to you. That is significant. So the chaos is about not just health, but also the competitive dynamics you may share with certain people. And you don't have to rush into arguments or conflict. Your work can itself speak volumes. So you are overcoming big blocks in this period. For Aquarius, Jupiter in Ardra Nakshatra in your fifth house at this time, and Rahu transiting from the first house in Aquarius. For you, see, this is about your intelligence. Fifth house is simply the emotional intelligence. This is the house of Purva Punya. So, in this transit, there are certain people, situations, they may challenge your certain way of thinking. It could be about challenging a weakness. I won't say exactly a weakness, but a tendency which comes from your very young age. They know that soft spot, they know that this area of life is vulnerable. So people trying to, use that vulnerable spot or aspect of life to take advantage. So you are healing that aspect of life. No more, anyone can take that for granted. They cannot use it, overuse it, or abuse it. So this is about healing a chaos which is very deep rooted. It comes from a very younger age, and overcoming your own emotional challenges. No more that same issue may make you feel overwhelmed. That kind of maturity and change happens for you. You will grow beautifully at this time, not just with your mindset, with the maturity, but also Rahu here gives a great push to your personality, your ability to overcome challenges and to do things the way you want to. So, big changes in your personal journey, in your behavior, in your personality, more focus towards goals, more futuristic thinking, more innovative in nature, not sticking to old patterns or behaviors. So, Rahu is giving success, and Jupiter is bringing some irritation from previous friendships or childhood friends, or it could be romantic connections. It could be just, a friendship with someone significant. These people may bother you, or maybe you have children, so there is internal conflict, internal chaos while dealing with your children. It gets overwhelming for you, but it shows overcoming a certain weakness at this time. It will happen after facing the very real emotions of yours, but there is a lot of clarity you will get. For Pisces, Jupiter in Ardra Nakshatra in the fourth house, and Rahu at the very same time in the 12th house in Aquarius. The both houses are connected to mind, thinking. So there's a lot of overthinking for Pisces. For some people, it is about overthinking and ruminating about past, in the recent past, what has been happening. And for some people, it is about future. Rahu is about future. But in the 12th house, it brings certain memories from the past. So it is about a worry, a tension, like what happened in the past, I hope it may not happen again with me. The repetition of something, worried about that, but it will not happen. But the emotions are as such that it's like thinking so much about the past or what could go wrong that you destroy your present, you destroy your current period, you ruin your health and well being. So, this is where you have to work. Pisces, I feel if you overthink a lot, that very energy of overthinking leads to loss of wealth as well. Expenditures will go high. So the more you take charge of your emotions, the more your finances will be better, your connections will be better. But there's a lot of overthinking I see with the Jupiter and Ardra Nakshatra because of the chaos in the emotional connections with people, especially with the mother figure or a woman in the family life. It could be even a partner. So Jupiter shows struggles in saying your truth, struggles in confronting with someone, because you share a deep emotional bond with that person. So if something goes wrong, how will you deal with that challenge? If the communication doesn't go well, how will you deal with that aftermath? So this is the challenge. Jupiter in Ardra, also in the fourth house, shows certain decisions with respect to property, assets. Some changes are going to happen. It leads to major investments, it leads to major expenditures. And thinking about future with respect to your house, with respect to your stability, your career. And for people who have a foreign connection, settled in the foreign lands, traveling to foreign lands, there's something beneficial. You will see gain from the foreign lands at this time.